We're now just 15 days away from Christmas, and while you're out there doing your shopping, it is very important to be aware of scammers who are trying to get your money. Joining us live is New Hampshire Assistant Attorney General Alexandra Sosnowski. Thank you for being with us. So the Consumer Protection and Antitrust Bureau just released its December newsletter, and it's alerting people to those holiday scams because really they're out there, and a lot of them are likely to happen when you're online. So what should all of us really be looking out for when we're searching for deals because we're out there online shopping?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I think the biggest thing that people should be aware of is to just take an extra few minutes to verify where you're shopping from and that it's a trusted retailer and product that you could verify. So make sure that the URL is something that you're familiar with. If it's not, we suggest trying to find reviews of that website or that company through another trusted resource like the Better Business Bureau or reviews on other reviews online to make sure that you're likely to get the product that you're ordering.
True, because even the portal you're accessing can be sketchy for sure. So what about this? Now you've purchased your online gifts and you're having them shipped to your house. You're anticipating their arrival, but there is an inherent risk right there that your packages could be stolen right off of your front doorstep. We have seen it happen elsewhere here in New Hampshire too, especially over the holiday season. So what do you need to do to make sure that your gifts arrive, they're safe, and you're the one getting them up out of the doorstop and making sure that they're intended to go to your house and not being picked up by somebody else?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you're shopping online, you'll likely get that tracking information from the company that you've ordered it from, whether it's through the Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, they will send you that tracking. So be aware of when that package is likely to be delivered, especially if it's more of a high dollar or high value item to you. Make sure that you're home when it's likely to be delivered, or see if a neighbor could help you out and pick that up for you. Another thing that we've seen are text messages about delivery notifications, some posing as the post office saying that you need to click this link to verify either your zip code or something's wrong where the item can't be delivered. This is likely a scam, so we want people to either contact the post office directly to make sure that if there's a package being held for them, that people can get it that way instead of clicking these links that are not from the post office, most likely, or to go back to that tracking information that they originally received and to verify where the package is that way.
Right, watch out for those porch pirates. They are out there. Okay, this might feel obscure, but we know that gift cards can also be involved in scams. For instance, people have lost thousands of dollars that the gift card itself might have been messed with before you even purchase it. So what do you recommend if you are looking for gift cards to give out for gifts this holiday season? What do you need to watch out for as you're even purchasing them?
Yeah, so if you're purchasing a gift card, try to go directly to the retailer that's offering the gift card. So if it's a Target gift card, try to purchase it from Target or another retailer. Be careful about ones that might be on a rack that could have been messed with prior to you obtaining it. Or if there are some directly at the register, say at like a coffee shop or something, you would want to go right where the point of purchase is to make that sale. Also, it's always common, but people will try to contact you through text or email to urgently buy a gift card. That is a scam, and you should be very critical and wary of that notification if someone is trying to get you to buy a gift card on their behalf. So please be aware of that is another thing to look for.
Right, be aware, be smart, especially as you're shopping during the holiday season. Assistant AG Alexandra Sosnowski, thank you so much for your time and advice. Appreciate it.
Thank you.